to lead the conversation this morning, right?
I guess I'm going to wing it here.
Mr. Jensen usually is taken over, but he's busy today, so it's all yours. So,
all right.
We haven't talked swimming yet, so we have the head swim coach, David Strubel, with us this morning. Welcome. Nice to have you here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Has it been as strange of a year as it has in the past with the protocols and everything?
It's unfortunately we're pretty used to it. Last year we were pretty strict and we were pretty careful and running our meets and practices. And this year at this week it's starting to ramp up a little more, and we're getting a little more strict with the high school and at the YMCA with protocols and just trying to keep our kids healthy as possible and keep them safe as possible. But the kids are still showing up to practice every day, working hard, and we're swimming well at meets. So we're just doing what we can with what we have, and we're just trying to, stay in the present and look forward at the same time too.
Yeah, it's weird because when you look back on this, it all started, I think, after state swimming. What was that? 2 years ago? That's just crazy that it's been that long. Ay.
Yep.
Yeah. So this year, talk a little bit about your team and how things have been going so far.
It's going really well. With us here in the radio, we have 3 senior girls. They're kind of the leaders of my team here. Lucy Dillon, Carson Jesse, and Grace Blick. We've been having a great season so far. We're in the period of the season where it's practices are still pretty tough. We're training pretty hard still, but we're getting very close to our kind of championship season, which is in February, where a lot of our big meets are starting to happen, and we'll rest our swimmers and really get them ready to compete at the HAT conference tournament, which we host here in Fremont. And then 2 weeks later, get them ready for the big state meet. So overall, girls side, we have a lot of depth. I can mix up a lot of different events with a lot of the girls. So we've been doing really well and been winning a lot of our meets too. And then on the boys side, we have a handful of boys that are getting secondary cuts and automatic cuts, and they're winning relays here and there at their swim meets. So on the boys side, we do have a few kids that are definitely going to make a big dent at the HAC and state meet as well. So.
Yeah, good deal. Well, we'll start with Grace. I'll bring Grace up here. She sings the national anthem whenever we request it. But how's your season been going so far?
It's been going really fast. Yeah.
It does fly by.
Yeah.
Favorite stroke?
Probably freestyle. I used to do backstroke, but I'm starting to get into breaststroke some more this season, which has been
the last meet I was there, and breaststroke you did really well.
Yeah. It's been really fun to learn.
So throughout this whole thing, have you been swimming 4 years?
No,
3
I
years.
Started my sophomore year, but I swam club throughout middle school.
Okay, yeah. So your favorite event then would be at this point?
That's a tough call. Probably the 100 free or the 500.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. The 500 is not a favorite of everybody, that's for sure. But you definitely have to pace yourself there.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Coach he's either doing the okay sign or he's doing the speed it up, right?
Yeah, depending on where she's at. But no, Grace is very versatile with her sprints and long distance, as we said. So it's fun to kind of throw her around in a lot of different events.
Yeah, you get to compete individually and as a team with the relays. And which relay would be your favorite?
Probably the 200 free relay.
200 free? Yeah, that is. It's fast and, man, it just goes. I always like watching the 400 free just because you always have that chance of coming back if you are behind. So, well, congratulations on a great year so far, and hopefully you finish strong here.
Thank you.
Lucy Dillon is also a senior this year, and I get the privilege of watching these guys swim the last 3 or 4 years. And have you been swimming all 4 years or 3?
I joined 3.
3, yeah. Okay. So, it's been fun to watch you guys make progress. Man, last year, you guys, all 3 of them, did really well in the short distance. By the end of the year, you guys were pretty darn fast.
Yes, we were.
So, your favorite event?
I usually just stick to the 50 and 100 free. It's kind
okay.
of the main events.
Do you tell Coach that's all I'm swimming?
She's another one where definitely strong in the sprint events, but she's flexible, and I can put her in a lot of different events as well, and she doesn't complain too much. She takes it in stride and is doing really well. It's kind of funny, as a runner, I think she's more of a distance runner, but in the pool she's a sprinter, so pretty interesting how that goes.
Yeah, that is cool. Do you find that it's helped you when you come to the spring when it's track season?
I've just experimented with it 1 year, and they don't really cross over at all.
No,
Really, it doesn't really help.
Okay, other than freestyle, what would be your next favorite stroke?
I like breaststroke.
So I don't think I've ever seen you have to swim butterfly.
I did.
She did early in
First
the
time.
season.
Did you
Yeah,
really?
this
Okay.
year.
All right. Yeah. No, I think it's as far as relays, what would be your favorite relay?
I like the 4x1 probably.
Yeah.
4x400.
Yeah, it is. That's a good one. And you guys have, gosh, you're pretty spoiled, aren't you, with this pool?
Yes, we
Oh my
are.
gosh. Yeah, the hack meet, everybody comes in, it seems like, and they swim really well. And then state comes along, and it's like, gosh, I hope I can hold that time, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, good luck and for the rest of the year, and congratulations on a
Thank
fine
you.
year so far. We're going to bring in Carson Jesse, and had a good year last year, and hoping to capitalize on that again this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your favorite event would be which one?
The
It's
200
probably-
free right now.
Okay, still 200 free. I was
Yeah.
wondering if it changed or not.
No, it hasn't been as fast as it was last year yet, but hopefully that'll happen in a couple weeks.
Yeah, it is. It's a battle. You have to really, not just with the mind, but the body too throughout the season. Coach, I know Carson did really well last year in the 200. Man.
Yeah, great 200 last year. There's a lot of different freestyle events Carson could go and score a lot of points for our team at the Hack Conference and also state. So we were just talking this morning. We need to sit down and talk and strategize and see where we want to go, if we want to sprint or distance or somewhere in the middle of. And so that's kind of the strategies and stuff coaches and swimmers were definitely going to start talking about here soon, because the season's going to go quick here the next 5-6 weeks.
Carson, when did you, I'm trying to figure, I can't remember. When did you start swimming?
I think I started practicing when I was like 7 and started meets when I was 8.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's been a while.
I know, it has been a while. And it's been a lot of fun just to watch. I know our families have been through, oh my gosh, so many meets. And it's not just the high school meets, but you go to a lot. Maybe talk a little bit about how long that season can be, even though you're going through the club side too.
Yeah, high school season always seems the longest just because we have to cram so much in 4 months. And then after that, I usually take a couple weeks off and then get right back into club season for the summer.
Yeah. And I think it is important to get those young kids in there. I know you're lifeguarding, and you get to see a lot of those young kids coming in and starting off.
Yeah.
And, boy, you really have to encourage them to keep going, don't you?
Yeah.
Your favorite relay would be?
Probably the 200 free relay.
200 free? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I know these three girls here. They have some goals in mind. There's Emma Walls on the record board.
I know, they gotta knock her off of there.
So we're trying to get that girl off the record board.
That's
with
right.
with these three
Took her
girls.
200 last year.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
So we're, but no, that's again, we've had some fast teams in the past, but I think this is one of our stronger girls teams that we've had maybe ever, with how much depth we have with our younger girls, and then these senior leadership swimmers that we have in this room are definitely helping lead the way, and we're just hoping to capitalize and end the season strong. So
Yeah, you do have a lot of younger girls that are on your tail there, trying to chase you through practice and everything. What do you tell them as they're coming up? I know you got to throw some advice their way, don't you?
Yeah, it's a lot of encouraging them to just get through the season, because it gets really hard in the middle of the season to want to stick with it, but then at the end, when you look back, it was really fun.
Yeah, and hopefully you get to go to state, and maybe some of those girls get to come as alternates too, right?
Yeah.
On the guys' side, Coach, let's talk a little bit about some of those guys on the senior side that
Sure.
Didn't show up this morning. You worked them too hard yesterday, so they slept in.
Yeah, no, have a very solid junior class and a couple sophomores. John Monson is a junior who's doing really well. He has some top 20 times in the state in several different events right now. He could swim 3 or 4 different events, and I think really score well at Hack and State. And he's really leads the way in our practices and has really learned how to train this year, which has been nice. And then Conor Chris, I think he might be the only swimmer with an automatic time right now other than relays. He'll return in the breaststroke event and, probably be a top 8 at the hack in the breaststroke, possibly in the sprint freeze. And then also at the state level, he should have a good run at coming back and scoring points at state. Landon Lamson is a sophomore. He's returning. He qualified for state individually last year, and he could go a lot of different directions. Definitely important on the relays, but can do backstroke and butterfly really well. And then we have Kate Arnett, who's a junior as well, who helps us out a lot on relays, and Gabe Chris, who's also a good backup guy, and I can throw him anywhere. But like I said, boys are strong. We have a lot of good youth on the boys side too that will be coming up here in the next couple of years. And it's going to be, we're just kind of practice by practice, day by day, trying to get better and, trying to put in our eggs all in one basket and get ready for the last few weeks of season. So
Yeah, it comes really quick. That's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, you bet. Scott, along with us this morning is Heather Beekman, Assistant Special Education Director. And step on up. Let's talk a little bit. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about registrations and such and kind of go from there.
Sure. This week, registration open for any new student that wants to join us preschool through 12th grade. And you just go to our website and click on the schools button, and then there's a link for registration. If you're a returning student, you don't have to re-register. It's only for new students.
Okay. And this would be for all grade or what grades? All grades?
All grades.
Okay.
Yep, all grades for new students. And of course, every year we have a new preschool class that comes in. So we really want to encourage parents with 4-year-olds or 3-year-olds who are in special education or Sixpence program to get online and register as soon as they can so we can try to get them a spot where they would like to be next year.
Has the school always had that program, or is it something that's been growing here in the last couple of years?
It's definitely been growing in the last few years. They had a preschool program at Davenport for a long time, and then I'd say about 7 years ago, they put it out into each elementary building. So each home elementary has their own preschool, which is really nice.
Yeah, it seems like that's really been, I think we found out when Sean Shanahan was at the Fremont Area United Way that early childhood education really is important.
Absolutely, definitely. I would highly encourage anyone with a 4-year-old child to get them into preschool. It just really helps, especially now in the era of COVID with social skills and kind of those emotional milestones as well as the academics. So,
is the preschool program, is that an all day or is it a half day?
Good question. It is half day. We have 2 sessions. One is from 7:50 to 11 or 10:50, and then 11:30 to 2:30, 5 days a week. Yeah,
it can be exhausting for those little kids. I've picked up grandkids and just riding across town is like. They fall asleep. They're done.
Very common, definitely.
Again, how do they register? Is it only online, or can they call?
If they need help or maybe don't have internet service, they can call their home elementary and someone will help them register. They can set an appointment to get that figured out. Otherwise, it's all online. We're trying to do it that way, so there's a process and it's the same PK through 12.
Very good. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. We appreciate you coming in this morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, Scott Anderson, busy week this week with activities and athletics.
It is this time of year where I think it feels like every week is busy.
Oh, yeah.
So we do have, like I said, a lot of good stuff going on this week. One thing before we get into that, I do want to compliment Coach Strubel on the job he's done since he's been back here. I think.
Did he leave? I don't remember. Did he?
He tried to get away from us for a little while.
That's right.
Something about having a wife or so. I don't know what the deal is. So, but he's done a great job, and the kids in our program are doing a great job. And as you hit on it, our Fremont area swim team it's, for everything I hear, it's bursting at the seams, and there's a lot of kids in Fremont that want to be a part of this because of all the great things going on. And one thing we didn't mention today was we also have started diving since we came back from break. And so if Coach, if you want to throw anything else in on that, feel free.
Yeah, just after Christmas break, we got the funding to add a diving team. So a lot of teams in the state are swimming and diving teams. So it is technically one sport, and they get scored all in the same meet together. So we're very lucky to have one of our teachers at the high school, Allison Ramsey, was a collegiate diver at University of Nebraska. And we kind of knew we had her in our back pocket with teaching at Fremont. So we got it pulled together, and there was some interest from students. And we have about 5 divers right now. And one of them, again, they've only been practicing about 3 or 4 weeks. So they're about ready for competition. But one of them did compete last Tuesday and did very well for only 3 or 4 weeks of training. And so it's been really great to add that to our program. It only strengthens our team, and it gives us more points at dual meets and invites. And so, any interest of girls or boys, it really adds another sport under Fremont's umbrella for kids to participate in. And any kids with gymnastics background, cheer background, dance background, can really translate over into diving. And again, we have a really great coach in Allison Ramsey that is leading the way. Again, I'm the swim guy. I don't know a lot about diving, so it is awesome that we have Allison on board now, and she's leading the way and doing a really great job with this new sport. And I think it's really going to take off in the future and really only help our team. So
yeah,
it's been awesome.
Yeah, I think we all learned something at the last meet, because we have not had diving at the Dillon Family Aquatic Center. So, yeah, it was good. I can do a can opener, banana. That's about it. Pretty limited.
And, we probably won't be bringing you in as a guest instructor, Chris. We'll let you stick to the microphone.
From the pike position. Let's talk a little bit about, all those other things that are going on, too. You got a lot.
Right, we do. Let's see, this week, swimmers are at Grand Island on Thursday. Actually, then backing up to tonight, our wrestling team, we have a girls and boys wrestling duel at Norfolk tonight. Our wrestling team's a little bit beat up right now, but the kids are battling through it, and we're hopefully kind of like the swimmers that they're talking about, we'll be wrestling our best at the end, just like we hope all of our programs are. But they've had a great season. The girls in the first official sanctioned season have had a very successful season. Our numbers are really good, so we're really happy with where things are going in that regard. Tonight we have freshman boys and reserve girls basketball at the Fremont High School, which kind of leads me into a reminder I think many people saw yesterday, but we are going back to masks full-time when we're indoors, basically through the end of next week, and then it sounds like we'll see where we are and go from there. But hopefully once we hit the 28th, we'll be able to get back to not having to wear the masks everywhere indoors. We will not be taking temperatures right now at the door, so it's a little bit of a trade-off. But we will require masks for entrance. And as always, we will make every attempt to live stream as many events as we can, because I know it's sometimes it's tough, or with people with different health concerns, they feel more comfortable staying at home, and so we'll try to accommodate that as much as we can. As always. And then same thing as at competitions, we ask people, sit with your family, sit with the same social group you're with, just like I said, to try to reduce the spread. We'll be ramping up our cleaning once again. I mean, we've ramped it up already. It seems like for the last year and a half, but we'll continue to be diligent about cleaning all of our facilities every day and in between sessions at meets and home contests, and whenever we can to keep people as safe as possible and help to stop the spread at this point in time.
Yeah, let's get it out of here. That's for sure.
Right.
All right, Scott, well, thank you. Again, that's our Tiger Time this morning here on the Big Dog, 98.9 FM, 1340 AM.